Medical disclaimer. The information presented in this channel is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical diagnostic or prescribing procedures. Understanding Fats, Part 1. Dietary fats are divided into three main groups: polyunsaturated fats. They have more than one carbon double bond and two or more empty spaces per molecule. Monounsaturated fats. They have only one carbon double bond and one empty space per molecule. Saturated fats. They have no double bonds and the molecule does not contain any empty space. These three main groups are further divided into different classifications or types. Explanatory note: there are no purely saturated, purely monounsaturated, or purely polyunsaturated fats. All fats are composed of a combination of saturated and unsaturated fatty acids in different percentages. In this first episode, I discuss polyunsaturated fats. In the second episode, I will discuss monounsaturated fats. In the third episode, saturated fats will be discussed. Polyunsaturated fats. Polyunsaturated fats, PUFA, are subdivided into omega-3 and omega-6. Attention! Polyunsaturated fats are unstable and very fragile. They are spoiled very fast when extracted from their source. Omega-3, alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. It is anti-inflammatory. Omega-3 fats are heart-healthy. They are anti-inflammatory and anti-Alzheimer because they contribute to the structure and function of neurons. It has been shown that when a person is deficient in omega-3, they can contract multiple diseases, including cardiovascular diseases, arthritis, and depression. Omega-3 fat is subdivided into three different variants: ALA, EPA, and DHA. The question is, where do you get the three variants of omega-3? There are two sources from which they can be obtained: plant sources or marine life. Vegans can only get one variant of omega-3. It is called alpha-linolenic acid or ALA. However, the other two variants of omega-3 are called EPA or eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA or docosahexaenoic acid. EPA and DHA only come from marine life. Foods high in EPA and DHA: anchovies, herring, mackerel, squid, sardines, salmon. Do not consume farmed salmon. Consume only wild salmon. Foods high in omega: flax oil and flax seeds, hemp and chia pumpkin seeds and pumpkin seed oil, walnuts and walnut oil, green leafy vegetables. Attention! Flaxseed oil is an extremely unstable fat and very fragile. By squeezing the seeds and extracting the flax oil, it is immediately oxidized. It has never been consumed as food in all of human history. Its consumption today is motivated by its high ALA content and the supposed benefit of said fatty acid. The problem is that ALA, to benefit health, has to be converted into other fatty compounds through enzymatic processes that are not carried out effectively in most humans. Some researchers suggest that less than 1% of ALA is converted to physiologically effective levels of EPA and DHA. It is much healthier to acquire ALA from other, less dangerous sources. Additionally, the amount of ALA the body needs is small. The following list comes from the National Institute of Health. Omega-6, linoleic acid, LA. It is pro-inflammatory. Omega-6 fat is so prevalent in foods consumed today that some experts are reconsidering that omega-6 should no longer be considered essential. Nowadays, it is almost impossible to have an omega-6 deficiency. Omega-6 fatty acids are found in seed oils. They are pro-inflammatory. Omega-6 linoleic acid, LA, is a precursor to arachidonic acid, and this is the precursor of most pro-inflammatory molecules. It is true that a certain level of inflammation is needed. Otherwise, you would perish from the invasion of pathogens, viruses, and bacteria. Inflammation is needed to clear an infection in an acute situation. Omega-6 fat is good when it helps you get rid of whatever is trying to invade your body, but you certainly don't want that inflammation to continue constantly without an infection. The problem is that the more omega-6 you ingest, the more chronic inflammation develops, and that is bad in every way. Ultimately, it will lead to premature death. Therefore, it is advisable to keep omega-6 levels quite low. However, the omega-6 fatty acid has practically taken over our entire diet. That's terrible. Experts talk about the need for a certain ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. The problem is that the current ratio in almost everyone is between 20 or 25 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. Too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. We need to increase omega-3 and try to reduce omega-6. Foods high in omega-6. Soy oil, corn oil. Sunflower oil, canola oil, a Canadian invention from rapeseed. Safflower oil, pecan, hemp, Brazil nut, pine nut, chestnut, almond, walnut. Polyunsaturated fats and free radicals. Free radicals contain an unpaired electron. Electrons normally exist in pairs. Free radicals, which contain only one unpaired electron, are unstable and highly reactive because they continually seek to pair. This especially affects polyunsaturated fats because they have very reactive hydrogen atoms. This is especially true when these fats have been processed, as is the case with oils. When they are processed, they are exposed to oxygen, heat, and light. When an unsaturated fat is exposed to high temperatures, light, and oxygen, it is easily damaged and becomes rancid. It becomes a hazard to your health. Canola process. First step is to clean the seeds. Second steps is to remove remaining metals with a magnet. Seeds are crushed. Pressure extracts the oil. Solvent wash. Second wash with chemicals. Wax filtration for production of vegetable shortening. Bleach to clarify the product and also remove any taste. Last step, bottle for consumption. Conclusion on polyunsaturated fats. A small amount of both omega-6 and omega-3 is essential to maintain good health. My professional recommendation is to get these polyunsaturated fats directly from the whole foods that contain them. For example, instead of consuming vegetable oils, you should obtain omega-6 from vegetables, seeds, and nuts in their natural state, without having developed rancidity, always remembering that the amount needed is minimal. In fact, all vegetable oils should be avoided completely. In 2024, the human diet has reached an extremely high amount of omega-6, creating continuous inflammation in the body that destroys human health. Additional note: when the body has been saturated at the cellular level with omega-6 fat, common in chronic diseases of our time, experts affirm that the body will need about 3 years to completely get rid of said fat stored in the body and its harmful influence, as long as the individual completely refrains from consuming vegetable oils and other rancid sources of said fat, always remembering that the amount the body needs is minimal. As for the omega-3 EPA and DHA fats, should be obtained directly from the already recommended fish above. Do not fry them, but cook them in the oven, steamed or grilled. As for omega-3 ALA, it must be obtained from whole seeds, whole nuts, consumed in small amounts, and green leafy plants. If you like the contents offered in this channel, please support the channel by subscribing and also by sharing the channel with friends and family. Thank you.